Business on Purpose podcast.
The awesome thing about life is there's always opportunity. But the frustrating thing is there really is never a finish line. Hey, it's Scott Beebe with the Business on Purpose podcast. I'm just on the tail end of the longest run of my life. I'm walking, so you can hear a lot of noise behind me, and that's why I'm breathing a little hard, because I'm hurting. I hurt. My right knee hurts. My right toe hurts. It's a little bit overcast. Had a lot of sweat. And just basically my whole right leg kind of hurts. So here's what I got to thinking about as I'm on this cool down and going through my run, and each mile of that I'm training, just so you know, for a half marathon. Never done anything like that. The longest race I've ever run is 9.3 miles. And I remember hurting pretty bad after that. I was like 12 or 13 years old on the hills of Portland, Oregon. Well, this one's going to be pretty flat, relatively straight, down in the low country of South Carolina. But my son, one of them, who's a cross-country runner, has challenged me to run a half marathon, and so we're training for it. And training's not easy. I thought it would be kind of cool and hip and fun, and actually it's pretty lonely. And I was telling my wife last night, as she and I were just going out on a fun little simple date to a local chicken place and then to a high school basketball game by ourselves, is I said, you know, the exciting thing about marriage is that you and I can always grow. We're not that far, about 4.5 years out from our children being 18 and above and doing all sorts of things. And so she and I are really trying to be intentional about the time that we spend together so that we grow. I said, so there's always opportunity to grow. Sorry, a big dump truck just went by. But in that growth, the finish line is death. That's really it. You don't finish marriage until you're dead. And so it kind of took the wind out of my sails just a little bit, thinking that life is really a series of milestones. And we got to be careful to celebrate those milestones, which is why I'm going to go pick up my daughter and I'm going to go eat chocolate pancakes. And all you running coaches out there, don't call me. I'm going to go eat chocolate pancakes because I want to celebrate the longest run of my life. In business, what ends up happening is we get really frustrated when we put in a lot of effort and we think there's a finish line. Okay, now I can sit back and just collect the dollars and go on my way. It's a lie. It's not true. And we've got to live by a truth standard and not some wavering lie. And so what we do in the Business on Purpose community with the Business on Purpose platform, the owner business system, 4 steps to business freedom, is we set you up to run segmented milestone races, not to achieve a finish line. And so I really want to encourage you wherever you're at. I know that some of you are elated about some recent things that have happened in your business. Some of you are really, really down in the dumps because of it. But I want to encourage you, let's start to look at our business as a series of milestones that we can celebrate intermittently rather than a finish line that will elude us. And think about this. Maybe you watched a national championship recently, or at the time of this recording, you're going to be watching a Super Bowl. You know that feeling when the game's over? About 30 minutes after, and all of a sudden the reality of life just sets back in. You're like, oh, here I am again. Well, the game's a milestone. Celebrate it. Enjoy it. Have fun. And then dive right back in and put in the work. The only way you can be liberated from the chaos of working in your business is not to run away from chaos. It's to learn how to manage the chaos. It's to learn how to deal with the chaos. It's to learn how to raise up other people to help you fight the chaos. And so, in your business, there are some fires you just got to let burn. Just like in life, and we're learning that right now. There's some fires you just got to let burn, because eventually they'll run out of oxygen. Hey, I want to encourage you. Sorry for the loss of breath, but I am literally panting for water right now. And I'm about to get it up here, and it looks like about a half a mile once I stop walking, and we'll be done. So, hey, thanks for joining me, being patient with me on this bizarre podcast. And if you need help with a vision, mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision. And I'll see you next time, not sweating near as much or breathing near as hard on the Business on Purpose podcast.